reached the end point. I have one more point of interest. All the things that you have been and you have done, you would be the first one to admit were not done alone. There were some sacrifices shared by the family. There were other things, I'm sure, that provided the support. You've already mentioned the role your wife has played in writing the books, but there are other areas also. So I'm going to give you the time now to pay your respect, gratitude, and in fact, I will give you bragging rights even. I think you have a right to brag about the kind of family you have. So the time is yours. I like to say welcome. I like to say thank you for giving us this time. You have come a long way to make this possible. I feel honored to be part of it. This is a record I am sure that many will benefit from. So the rest of the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Andrew, for giving me this time, 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe, to brag about my family, my support. I'll try to be brief. You are absolutely right. I have not been able to do what I have done if it were not for my wife. She stood with me, she stood behind me, in the thick and in the thin. She has a very good mind. God has given her a very analytical mind. Whenever I faced a problem, she's my counselor. She's my advisor. There was a time when we had a problem in the church in Ethiopia. I had written a letter to the president of the General Conference. It was a very nasty letter I wrote because the situation was nasty. And he came all the way to Ethiopia and did nothing for us. And I wasn't happy with him. But after I finished writing, I read it to her and said, don't send it. I said, why? I have spent so much time preparing the letter and it has a message in it. And he should not know. She said, don't. I'm telling you, don't send it. It's not right for you to do that. I accepted her advice. I tore it to pieces. Because blaming somebody or in telling somebody the wrong he has done may have reaction, which we will keep on. It won't be building, it won't be teaching. That's her advice. This I mentioned as an example, but there were many, many times and many occasions when the situation was so bad that I have benefited from her advice and her willing sacrifice in many ways. And then my children, from the oldest to the youngest, there are 4 of them. They are wonderful children. They are, I wish my audience could understand Amharic, because I have composed a poem about each one of them, which is descriptive, very descriptive. The oldest one is just like mother-like. She looks, people tell me, who know my mother, she looks like my mother. And her behavior is just like a mother. For her sisters and her brother, she always was protective, a guardian for them. So I watched her and I said, እናቴ ተለይታኝ በሕፃንነቴ መልሼ አገኘኋት በ30 ዓመቴ. I think you can translate it the way you like. I lost my mother when I was just a small boy, but I found her after I became 30. That's about regarding the first daughter. The second daughter is a very clever girl, but helpful. She would like to help people. She has this gift of talking to. If you meet her for the first time, in 5 minutes you will be friendly with her. She has that ability. Talk to people and gain their confidence. And about her also, another poem, national. The third daughter is a very clever girl. And when she graduated at Oakwood, she graduated with honors.
Mm-hmm. She's smart.
She's smart. And as a foreigner, for a foreigner to come here and graduate with honors, it's not an easy thing, but she did.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt overjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Edna, Truneh, Hamota Kostara, Banchesra, it better Silkora. And the medical doctor also.
Translation.
Yeah, translation, yeah.
Translation.
Translation.
You made us proud, physically.
Truneh, you are always serious and always purposeful. And now this, because you are successful, the whole family is proud of your work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gist of it. And the doctor one, time is against me, I cannot mention all the things, but she also graduated with honors from Loma Linda.
Mm-hmm. The medical doctor.
Yes, medical doctor. And I was proud of her and all that she did. And so, but my only complaint with my family was I had only 3 girls and 1 boy. I was wishing that there would be 2 boys and 2 girls, but only 1 boy. And so I said about her, which means I had only 1 boy and I was looking for a second boy. And when Truneh replaced my wish for a second boy, she has become a boy, a brother to my son. And the last one, Ambacho, a gentleman, very gifted. Gifted with his brain, with his hands. A wonderful man. And I said about Ambacho, Ambacho ተወልዶ በስተመጨረሻ ለቤተሰቦቹ ሆነ መኩሪያ ጋሻ. Ambacho was born Adalas, but he has become the crown of the family, the pride of the family. So God has blessed me with a good wife and wonderful children, and I thank him for it.
Yeah. Again, thank you. And this concludes our conversation. Wonderful conversation.
Thank you very much, Adu. God bless you. I admire you. I respect you. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.